I have initiated more people in the world whom I have never met than people that I have met. I have met a few million people, but I've initiated many times more people who have never met, they have never seen me, they have never know anything about me. Just if they were in a moment of absolute willingness, we won't miss the chance.
So this chanting was used to wire the brain in a very big way because the sounds that you employ has a big impact on what happens in the brain. So these mantras were structured, a certain mathematics is involved in this and a certain poetry is also involved in it at the same time. Because of using a certain level of structured sounds, it wired their brains so much that they have a phenomenal sense of memory which is almost humanly impossible.
Precision. Now you come down, when you sit down, you watch this, okay? How your pen should be, like this. Whatever you brought with you, your book, where your notebook should sit, where your pen should sit, they should sit. Just practice this. With every little thing, just bring that precision into your activity, it will happen in your mind.
Namaskaram Sadhguru. You have said that if somebody is really willing, you are available to them beyond their logic. So if anybody in this room is really willing, can you read their mind? Or say I am in Shimla and thinking about you and really willing that yes, please initiate me or guide me, will you know about it?
So, can I read your mind? I don't waste my time reading people's mind because it's… I don't read even my mind because it's a trash bin. Because what is in your mind? Do you have a choice what is in your mind? From your childhood, whatever you're exposed to, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, everything is in your mind, isn't it? Your mind is society's garbage bin. You have no choice. If this person speaks, I will take it. If this person speaks, I will not take it. Do you have such a choice? If I abuse you, you will remember it much more than if I say nice things to you, yes or no? Hello? So, it is a trash can, it gets everything. You can choose what to use and what not to use. That choice you have if you're not in a reactive state. But you have no choice about what is in your mind, isn't it? Just everything that you've been exposed to is there in your mind. People who are busy spreading lies in the world talk about a pure mind. How can trash can be pure? How can a garbage bin be pure? If you remove half the brain, pure mind. Otherwise, everything that you gathered is there. The choice of what to use and what not to use, that is your choice. Hello? That differentiate you from each other. One person chooses the right things, another person randomly chooses whatever, so accordingly your personalities get determined. But do you really have a choice what to contain in your mind? All the filth in the world is there in the mind, isn't it? You have no choice about what to hold in your mind. If you think, I should not hold this, only that will stay. Right now as an experiment, all of you, just close your eyes, 10 seconds, you should not think about a monkey, okay? No monkeys for 10 seconds. Only monkeys, isn't it? So I'm saying you don't have a choice. Everything that's good and bad and nonsense, everything that's come your way is in your mind. You cannot choose. You cannot choose what to hold, you can only choose what to use. That choice also many people have lost. So don't talk about reading your mind. I don't want to walk through all that filth. Hello? I don't even go through my mind, forget about yours. But the basic question is something else, it's just I picked on something on the side. I must tell you this, I have initiated more people in the world whom I have never met than people that I have met. I've met a few million people, but I've initiated many times more people who have never met, they have never seen me, they have never know anything about me. Just if they were in a moment of absolute willingness, we won't miss the chance. So, what absolute willingness means is, you are conscious and you have no will of your own, you're simply here. If you're like that in Shimla, doesn't matter. You are Shimla or North Pole, it doesn't matter because consciousness has no distance. You are talking about being in the same room, this is only the problem of the body. Your body is there, my body is here. It's very clear. This is my body, that's your body. This is my mind, that's your mind. Clear. Here and there it may overlap, we may agree a little bit, but this is my mind, that's your mind. Never have you found another person whose mind is exactly like yours, have you? So you thought when you were in love. But the moment you got married, you realized they have their own mind. Hello? No, you're a young girl, you don't know probably. It will happen. So this is my mind, this is my body, that is your body, that is your mind. These things are right now, at least for now, distinctly separate. But I want you to understand, there is no such thing as my life and your life. You hold a little bit of the same thing, I hold a little bit of the same thing. It's like in Shimla, you grew up in Shimla? In Shimla, do you blow soap bubbles when you were in school or something? You did. Suppose you and me, today we have a soap bubble competition. You and me going to blow soap bubbles. My bubble is this big, yours is this much. So I say, see, look at this big bubble is my bubble. Oop, it went. Then I don't say this is my air, that is your air. When the bubble is holding, this is my bubble, that's your bubble. Just like that, this is my body, that's your body. Right now. The moment it breaks, there is no such thing as my life and your life, it's one life. So, will you experience this or will you believe the nonsense that I'm speaking? This is the only question. If you experience it, after that, I don't have to tell you, be nice to the person who is sitting next to you, don't rob them, don't kill them, don't do this, don't do that. Would you need it? Did anybody tell you this little finger is a helpless little finger, don't cut it, don't chop it, don't hammer it? Did anybody tell you? Why you're taking care of it? Because you experience this as a part of myself. If you experience all life as part of myself, then nothing would be needed. Everywhere it's connected. So I'm saying, in Shimla or wherever you want, if you simply sit there, not as a man, not as a woman, not as a person, just as life, we are always waiting. You must do some inner engineering. There's a program called inner engineering. We can do one thing, only if you're committed, because we don't want to offer this to people who don't value this, because this is a tremendous tool. Millions of lives have been transformed with this. There is a 7-day online session. In all languages it's there. In English, it's in my voice, in other languages it's dubbed. Simple 7 steps that you take to undo your mind. Then there is a simple practice which has to be done more directly, which is called as Shambhavi Mahamudra. What it does is to you, if you sit here, your body is here, your mind is there, what is you is little away from these two things. Is it true that you gathered this body over a period of time? Hello? You gathered it. Is it true you also gathered the content of your mind? Yes. What you gather can be yours, can never ever be you, isn't it? Suddenly if I pick up this vessel and say, this is my vessel, you will think, Sadhguru has some problem. But everybody says he's wise, let us listen some more. After some time I will say, this is me. Then you'll say, let's go. The moment I say this is me, you know this is a case. But this is happening to you every day. Food comes in your plate, you say, this is my food. You eat it, and then you say, this is me. It's a case, isn't it? Hello? Hello? Case or no? The moment you believe what is not you as yourself, then you are on the pitch of madness. Your only comfort right now is, everybody is like this only. That's how it is in a madhouse. Only a doctor is crazy in the mental asylum, you know, others are all normal only. Yes. I'm saying, suppose you take these two fingers and start poking your eyeballs, we would think there is some ailment, isn't it? Hello? Yes or no? If you start hurting yourself, every day you take the sharpness of your mind and keep poking yourself, is there an ailment or no? That's all. If you're causing any suffering to yourself, that is the case. But everybody is like that only, that is the advantage right now. That is a cover-up. Everybody being like that doesn't make it normal. Hello? No, I don't think that's normal. So if your normal life, even for one moment, will get you in Shimla. And what is that? 99,999. What is the frequency? No, without that frequency, we'll get you on the 100. Thank you very much.
What we want to do for any individual does not happen because he wants it. It happens because he earns the necessary capability. Without capability, I want this to happen, I want that to happen, only empty dreams will happen. If life has to happen, we have to earn the necessary capability. And our capabilities are fundamentally dependent upon how intelligently we can function in every situation in our life. And that fundamentally depends on how well connected our brain is. In ancient times in this country, in this culture, there were elaborate systems as to how to train the brain, how to wire the brain as intensely as possible. There are people, there's a very beautiful instance which happened in 1930s. You have heard people going into long chantings, maybe in the temple or somewhere. Have you heard people doing homams and all, chanting and chanting away for hours together? So this chanting was used to wire the brain in a very big way because the sounds that you employ has a big impact on what happens in the brain. So these mantras were structured, a certain mathematics is involved in this and a certain poetry is also involved in it at the same time. Because of using a certain level of structured sounds, it wired their brains so much that they have a phenomenal sense of memory which is almost humanly impossible. Normally, in modern times we consider these things humanly impossible. They had that kind of memory because of using these sounds in a particular way. This happened. Two people went to Benares, friends. They were having a bath in the river and among themselves they were talking and they were making a business deal. So it was agreed that one friend offered 50,000 rupees to the other friend to do business. So right there, verbally, orally, they made an agreement and it was done. And after a few years, because there was no written paper, when this man wanted the money back, the other man said, "You never gave it to me." No such thing happened. So he went to the court. When he went to the court, he had no proof. He said, "I have given the money," but he had no proof. Then the judge said, "You have to get some proof, otherwise we cannot do anything about it." Then he remembered when they were in the river they saw a Brahmin priest who was having bath close to them. So he just hoped that maybe he would have heard what we spoke and I can bring him as a witness. So he went looking for that man in Benares. He found the man, and to his disappointment, he realized that the man did not know English. These people were talking in English language, and this priest did not know English language. So he thought, this is no good. Then the Brahmin asked, why? Then he told him, see, 4 years ago, we were having bath and you were also there. I was just hoping that I could use you as a witness. The Brahmin said, okay, I can repeat whatever you said. Whatever you two had conversation, I can repeat that. He does not know English language, but he repeated every word of what they said. He just remembered every sound, what they uttered. He did not know the meaning of it, he did not know the language, but he could repeat every word what they said, and he was brought to the court and he won the case. So, our memory and our ability to do things can be so greatly enhanced if only we handle this inner situation right. And one simple thing to do, if all of you are willing, we can bring many more steps into it. But one simple thing to start with is learning to be just still. If you sit somewhere, simply learning to just sit absolutely still, unmoving, just sitting still, you will see your ability to grasp and your ability to use the brain will be greatly enhanced.
So I want you to understand this. Everything that you see, hear, smell, taste and touch is recorded. Your memory problems are only your ability to bring it back when you need. There is no recording problem, it is recording everything. But you are not able to pick out what you want. If you want to pick this out, something else is coming. So that is just a question of clarity, not of memory. Memory means, suppose if we say this phone has low memory, what does it mean? It has limited capability to record, isn't it? If I press 2, if 5 comes, what does it mean? Bad memory or bad keyboard? Bad keyboard. So this is a question of bad keyboard. This is not a question of bad memory. It's very important that you call 2, not 5. It is a question of bad keyboard. Don't try to fix the memory. Memory is great. Everything that you see is recorded. You're not able to type out the right number. That's all the problem is, isn't it? So this is not a question of memory, this is a question of clarity. So we have to work on clarity. What is it that gives us clarity of mind? First thing is, we learn to… If our clarity is not good by itself, the simple thing is to handle things with a certain precision. This is Hatha Yoga. Where your feet should be, here, not here, like this. Where your hand should be, like this. It's not proper, just like this. In setting all this, my head is looking down. Oh, not like this, like this. Precision. Now you come down, when you sit down, you watch this, okay? How your pants should be, like this. Whatever you brought with you, your book, where your notebook should sit, where your pen should sit, they should sit. Just practice this. With every little thing, just bring that precision into your activity, it will happen in your mind. You will see, then if I say this, it goes to number 2, it won't go to 5. Yes. Now gets confused, so handle it slowly. 2, 3, 1… Okay, 2 is here, 3 is here, 1 is here. You just do this with every aspect of your life. You go to bed, how it should be, everything. You go in your room, how it should be. Just bring this meticulousness of what you're doing with the asana into your life. You will see slowly mind will become very, very clear. It becomes meticulous with everything. It's a simple practice that you have to do from this moment. When you stand up, when you sit down, when you walk, and when you go out here, you should just look like this, like you're doing what? Matsyendrasana, like this. How many columns in this? Don't try to count all of them. The first row, if you simply look like this, oh, it's 5 columns. Just you must register this. 5 columns, 1 vessel, 1 sitting rock, 1 big rock, 1 pond, another 4 columns, 1 door. How tall? Looks like 12 feet. Just do this with everything. How many steps from here to there? Don't count like 1, 2 like this. Oh, after you take 3 steps, okay, that's I think 3. Another 3, another 3, another 3. After a few days, count 11 or 4 or 5. Just like that, without thinking, you must slowly know that, okay, I think I walked 12 steps. This is yoga. This effect will happen over a period of time by itself, but now we are in a hurry, so use the mind also to do it, to bring that precision. What you're trying to bring in your body, bring that precision in your mind also. Let the mind imitate the body. You will see clarity will naturally come. Memory is not the problem. Everything is anyway recorded. I will abuse you right now. I'm going to abuse you badly. Try to forget it. Will you? For all your life you'll remember it. Yes or no? So you got great memory, you just remember bad words, that's all. If you exercise your mind like this, it'll become in such a way that you can make it do what you want. You will see slowly mind will become very, very clear. When your mind is single-pointed, it's a powerful instrument. This is something that you do within yourself so that you're able to slip behind the mind. If we know who is behind the mirror, then we can change everything.